Oh, there we are. I think we're live, guys. Cool. So does everybody want to go ahead and we'll just start by reading our examples?
Yeah.
Cool. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Oh, I can go. So I'm Jared. I'm your guys' new member. Thanks for allowing me to join you guys' group, first off. So my example, I just used an example from our economics class that I had just the other day, where using a course syllabus as the contract, we had a girl whose cell phone went off, which is against the contract. Afterwards, you get docked off points for every time that your cell phone goes off. But this girl, she went up to the professor and said that she would bring in cookies the next day if they were able to not dock her points on that. So I just kind of went with that as my example of finding an agreement to the contract, where the cookies was the agreement that the professor and the student had, and they were able to nullify the repercussions of the course syllabus or the contract. So, yep, that's all I did.
Nice. Is Sister Martin your professor?
In economics?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Okay.
I have Brother Ma right now in economics.
Gotcha.
She makes you bring cookies. It doesn't talk to her.
That's really good. Good example.
Thanks. And then for the example, am I reading off like the question and everything, or just like the actual scenario? How have you guys done it the past few weeks?
We just normally
done the scenario. Just said the scenario.
Just scenario. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
So I don't know if I read the directions wrong, but I thought we were supposed to give a newspaper article.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. But nevertheless, I found this article on Andrew Wiggins. He plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA. And just yesterday, he was offered $150 million if he extended his contract to 5 years. And so basically, the offer was, the $150 million, which he accepted. And then the contract was good to go for another 5 years. And I'm Jeannie, by the way. So, everyone else.
Yeah, I can go next. Mine was Dapper Dan and Gucci. Yeah. Anyways, so Mr. Day, who used to run Dapper Dan, apparently went out of business like 15 years ago, and he'd been working under kind of like just coming to him and doing specialty stuff. But he agreed to start in conjunction with Gucci, he agreed to start a private fashion studio. So Mr. Day will deal with the fashion side of things while Gucci supplies all the materials. And so they went into a contract to do like the fashion studio and everything like that. And so now they're by contract.
So I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I always think we're group 6, so I did mine for the wrong thing again. I don't know why I always think that. Sorry. Group 4. I really hope I read the right case. But mine was about I'm glad this wasn't our actual thing that we had to do because it was really annoyingly complicated. But it was about the subject matter, like illegal subject matter And so I just did mine about someone terminating an agreement. And, it wasn't a rightful thing because it was too long of a case. And anyways, sorry about that. Group 4, I will remember. I'll write it down somewhere.
That's good. Help us learn other things though, so it works out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Marvin, did you want to share yours or you want me to share mine?
I have the same, the Genie. I write about the NBA, and I use the Joel Embiid case. He signed a contract as well for 5 years for 146.5 million. And the Sixers have the, if Embiid get injured with the foot or the back injury he has, the Sixers can break the deal and just give to him a half of the money.
Really? Wow.
So
Thanks, Marvin.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Mine is pretty lame this week, and whether I understood it completely or not, but I just made up a scenario. I didn't get that we had to find an article, so I'm not on the same boat as you. But I just made one up about Betty is selling her dog grooming business. Tommy hears about the opportunity to buy the existing business from Betty. The two meet and discuss the terms of which the sale will include. And then Tommy makes an offer and gives a down payment on the business, which will complete the contract. So.
Super nice.
That one was mine. I vote we go with Jared.
Well, I was actually just looking at it when she said that because mine's hypothetical as well. It's not hypothetical, but it's not from a newspaper. So.
Well, and I don't know.
This one had to be from a newspaper
For our question.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I misread it. So it says, instead of thinking of your own hypothetical example, you will be getting a real life example from the news. So I guess when I read it, I just looked at it, thinking of your own hypothetical example, and then I guess I just moved on. So.
Okay, perfect. Well, since one of us did it correctly.
I like Marvin's.
Okay.
The NBA?
Marvin did it. Yeah, you guys both did yours correctly. I did not do mine correctly.
So how I do
Marvin, do you want to send to Michelle?
Yeah, if you want to send me your example,
okay.
Yeah, send that to me.
Mm.
And I don't know, for a question, it could be maybe something simple like, what was the offer, or who accepted? Just something simple like that, because it was a pretty straightforward, I don't know, like assignment.
Yeah, it felt like kind of like a generic scenario, right? And I was like, I think I tried to like overthink it, and I'm like, because I was trying to think of a question. And I was like, how do we steer it towards like what we've done in the past? And
Yeah.
because ours, or an offer, an acceptance, to a contract. I mean, that is pretty straightforward.
It almost seemed like it was trying to trick us. It was so easy.
Right.
So
I think it's really hard.
Yeah, I was reading some of these other group projects, and ours does seem fairly simple in comparison to those other ones.
Can you give me your email?
Yep, it's chr12050 at byui.edu. Oh, guys, guess who I saw today?
Who, what?
I saw President Uchtdorf.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's so good.
Yeah, and Elder
He's a-
Oaks.
Where did you see them at?
In the Joseph Smith Memorial Building is where Elder Oaks was, and then I had a meeting at the church office building today, and so we walked over to the church administration, and my boss was pointing out which of the windows the apostles, those were their offices, and he points to this room. He's like, okay, on this bottom corner right here, like where the curtains are open, he's like, that's President Uchtdorf's office, and we like walked by it, and he's like, is there someone in there? And he was just sitting in his office. Yeah.
So
Pretty
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was really crazy. I was like trying to take a picture through the window. It was
Sophie, President, Uchtdorf.
yeah. Okay, did you send that, Marvin?
Yeah, I'm trying to do it.
Okay, so what are we thinking of for questions?
We could ask something simple, just, is this enough to make a contract? Yes or no?
Yeah. So would have to come would be like maybe, because there's got to be three wrong answers, right?
We could also just do like, what was the offer, you know? So the offer would be, what, $46 million? And then for wrong answers, it could be like, we could just make up random stuff. That would be like clearly not.
Free subscription to a magazine.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Or you could do like what part of this would be considered the consideration or something like that if we wanted to, like, what makes it a contract. And then you could do the consideration is the $42 million or whatever. But it's not like the team he's playing for is not the consideration, or the clause is not, you know, I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it says, give an example of an offer and acceptance where they create an agreement to a contract. So if that helps us limit it down at all.
Yeah, so we could say what makes this a contract, and then we could say, I mean, the basic stuff that we know that makes it a but like the wrong answers could be, I don't know.
What we can also do is just say, is this enough to make a contract? Yes, because the right answer. Yes, because a wrong answer. And then 2 no becauses with both wrong answers. So we can just say, yes, because we have 2 different parties who come in agreement with opinion.
That's a good idea.
Yes, because there was enough money involved. That's not the right answer.
Right.
No, because he wasn't paying enough money. And no, because we don't like the NBA. Something like that. I don't know. But
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And you got it?
Nope. No, I haven't gotten it. No, I haven't. Yeah, I typed my email into the chat part, Marvin. That way, if that's just what it is.
Let me-
Oh, that's cool.
I was trying to find the add button. I found lots of fun things on here. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Yes, because
What's question we decide on though?
Isn't it saying is because there's an offer and agreement? Is that why? I guess what's our question actually?
An offer and acceptance. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's an offer and acceptance. Okay, so why is that correct?
Because that's what you need to make a contract.
Yeah, so that's our correct answer, right? Was
Yeah.
yes, because there was an offer and acceptance.
Yeah, and then we have to explain why.
Okay, so I'm saying, just as a guess, the requirements for a contract consist of an offer, written or verbal, and an acceptance. Maybe I'll say an offer and acceptance, written or verbal. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Okay, and our wrong answers.
I like how you said yes. There was,
Wasn't enough money. I thought that was a good one
there
too.
wasn't enough money, or yes, because it was over 40 million or whatever, ridiculous number.
You could say yes because he was offered 146 million. Although that wouldn't be it. That's how much he was offered. It's not what makes it a contract.
Yeah. So it'd be true, but it'd not be the right answer. Because it's not what you need to make a contract.
How much was he offered?
46 million was that?
Was 146.5.
146.5.
We're just forgetting the 100 part, the 146.
Yeah.
Have you sent that to me, Marvin?
Yes, I send it now.
Okay, so why are we saying that's the wrong answer?
Because that's not
Because
the
the
only
amount of money doesn't make a contract.
Oh,
Yes, to accept it.
yeah, it requires an acceptance. Okay. Second wrong answer?
So what was our first wrong answer? Would it be the
I said yes, because he was offered 146 million.
Our next wrong answer could just simply be no, because 146 million isn't enough money. And then the reason why it's the wrong answer is pretty much the same as why the other one wasn't the wrong answer. Money doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Are you okay with that, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, think of a third wrong answer, but don't say it yet because I'm typing. Okay. Sorry, my husband's explaining something to me. Okay, what's our third wrong answer?
We do just the opposite. So no, there was not an offer or an acceptance. The right answer. And that's wrong because there is an offer and an acceptance.
I'm out if you did. No, there was an offer and acceptance. Which is say no.
Yeah, that's a chess question for sure.
Right.
We all had to think about that.
So you're that kind of a professor.
Yeah, right.
You got the email?
Nope. Let me type my Gmail and see if that'll work.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm creating just a group email for all of us just to use no matter what, so we don't have to do this, and then we all get the same as everybody. Does everybody want their Gmails in it though, or their BYUI emails?
Yeah, so my Gmail would be better in there. I mean, either one's fine, but just for this is Gmail's great.
Yeah, I check my BYUI like once a week, so
Yeah.
Gmail is definitely better.
Gmail's better for me.
With my internship, I check it like every 5 seconds, unfortunately, but I have them all linked, so it's fine.
Okay. And then, Marvin, what was your Gmail address?
My Gmail is Sams0880.
Okay, I got it. 74.
Yes.
Oh, bad. Well, just so then we don't have to worry about all of this every time we.
So, sorry, what was our question? Why is this a contract?
What makes,
What makes this a contract?
So, I don't know if you guys want me to share my screen. I've got everything in there, but we don't have the example because I haven't gotten it yet. So, that's.
I trust you. Once you get the example, you can put that in there.
I'm sorry?
I said, oh, you don't need to share your screen. I can,
Oh, yeah.
Did you check your spam just in case maybe it sent to your spam or something like that?
Marvin, did you try and send it to my Gmail as well?
What's your Gmail? Because I cannot find the.
I wrote it in the comments or in the chat.
and you can find the chat up in the left-hand side. There's that little blue box. And you can open that up and then it'll show the chat.
I don't see that.
Or if you want to try and send it to somebody else and see if they get it.
Can I find the group email?
I'm sending it right now.
Jeannie's gonna send it out.
So if everybody
Okay.
doesn't get it,
Sorry about that, guys.
are you okay? Yes,
Okay, so while we're waiting on that still, did everybody read the case? It was the maple one, right? The milk one? Maple
Yes.
Farms? Okay, good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's the one I read.
I just got Jeannie's email.
Did everybody else get
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet.
The meeting.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we can use that for everything in the future now.
So maybe try and send it to that, Marvin. Okay, so what did you guys think about the case?
I thought that it was pretty well straightforward. Kind of interesting about their contract and how I think it said at the end that it wasn't enough to in this case to back out of force him to back out of the contract.
I really thought it. I don't know. I really kind of sided with the farmer here, but that's unfortunate that that's not the way it went.
You know, I kind of was too. And then, but then it does kind of make sense that,
yeah,
I mean, it would have to be a huge difference, I guess.
Yeah. So I looked into
justify it
a little bit more, and like basically, kind of what I've concluded is, even when you're going to lose money, that doesn't give you it doesn't give you a good enough reason to be able to back out of the contract. And there were two things that were really the big hitters that made him lose. And the first one was impossibility, because it didn't, even though the price rose and he was going to lose $7,000, it didn't make it impossible for him to be able to perform his contract. And then foreseeability is, had he done like market research and whatnot based on how the market was that time and how it had been prior, this is, I don't know, essentially would have been a foreseeable thing. But I don't know. That's kind of one of those things I think is just if you just never know.
Right. It wasn't outside of the assumption of risk. Like he should have assumed, in your pricing, I guess, when you're on and it can change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I took out of that too was the assumption of risk, because they talked about that, saying, it was within, trying to find where it was. Yeah. Sorry, can't find it.
Marvin, did you send that to the group email?
So Marvin, you just sent it to me. You want to resend it and hit reply all instead of just reply?
Mm-hmm.
But I think those are the 2 points you brought out: the impossibility and enforceability.
Foreseeability.
Foreseeability. Are good points. So, and then there's a point that says increasing cost alone does not excuse performance.
Right.
Yeah, it is due to the unforeseen. Where you got that?
So I kind of read into what we were supposed to do for this, and it seems like you guys might have already talked about this, and I just zoned out, but it seems like we need to do like a gospel related thing on it.
We do.
And I think it was just kind of explain it and then tell why it ended up like that and give a gospel related example of it.
Yeah, so like breaking it down, like give the facts of the case, right? Give a brief, and then if we gave facts, like at the end where it says, really, there were more things that went up. I mean, it was transportation costs, not just solely the milk cost too. But the percentage that would have increased without transportation was just 8.7, which I mean sounds like a lot, but it's not a ton. So if we like pulled in facts like that into a couple of slides showing what the actual, like when it came down to it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, a gospel principle. Did you have a gospel principle in mind already, or you're just reminding us of that?
I was just reminding us of it. Not volunteering any information there.
I have not applied it to anything yet.
Okay. Well, we can all just kind of think about it a little bit more, and then when we meet next week, just kind of, I guess, put a little bit more of it into you know, the PowerPoint. That way we've kind of, now that we've kind of established what our ideas are, I guess, maybe think about it a little bit more and then expound on it next week if you guys want.
So is it due next Thursday though?
Yeah, it is.
So do we want to try to meet earlier in the week on this point, just to give us, I mean, not that it's easy to find time to meet or anything, but, or if we want to group email and start, like, I'll start like a template for a PowerPoint and kind of put in some headers of pages that
Have you started one?
I haven't.
Okay, I've started one.
Oh, okay.
So I can just send mine into the group thing, and then we could do like a Google
Google
PowerPoint
present or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I feel like that were always something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if we did that, and I think if we kind of got some ideas of what we want those slides to be, and then if we all just took a slide.
Yeah, we could take a topic.
Yeah. And so one,
Super.
you know, if we have somebody giving the overview, or, you know, and then simple facts and principle, you know, gospel principle, and I'm sure there's other little things we need to throw in there. But if we have a template to start from, and then we can kind of look at that and we can expand on that, and then sign up for a slide, that work for people?
And then maybe Thursday we can review all of it. So maybe early in the week we can all assign like which page to do, and then we can all go through it and kind of edit it together.
And we're doing Bloomer Girl Won't Do Big Country, right?
No, we're doing Maple Farms Inc. Plaintiff versus City School District of the City of Elmira, New York.
Okay. Because I read the Coca-Cola one for whatever reason for this, and that is not what we're talking about right now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's for next week, week 6.
Gotcha. All right, I'll go looking for that then.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so do you want to, Michelle, do you want to set that up and send that out?
I'll do that, and I'll figure out how to make it shared and whatnot.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Sweet. And anything else we want to cover tonight?
Did you get Marvin's example?
Yep, it's all in there.
And Marvin, I just emailed you. Does that kind of make sense though? So if we, like, you know how you have your 2 options when you reply to an email? There's usually like 1 arrow, and then there's another one with 2 little arrows. If you hit that one, it sends it to everybody. So then you don't have to type in everybody's address. It just is replying to all of the recipients. If that makes sense for you. And I kind of emailed that to you also, but.
Okay.
All right. Well, then see you guys on Thursday.
6:30?
6:30 on Thursday.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Hey.
Have a good weekend, you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.